right, this one jumps off the schedule. This is the one. This is not Jets Browns yesterday. This is, we call it Draker Mayfield with an M-A-Y-E. Drake, Bake, all of them, both fired up. Scoreless early. First quarter, Baker Mayfield, Emeka Egbuka. He says, I want that Rookie of the Year. Don't be making noise about Tyler Warren. I want it. Drake Maye, play action. Look at the arm on that guy. Oh, my gosh. We go to Kyle Williams, who turns it up. Look how fast he is. 72 yards, gone. Patriots' longest play since 2021. That is the longest Patriots play in 4 years. But Tampa's up again on a 4th and goal after some interesting stuff. We're going to go to Steph Diggs. He does that in his sleep. Look at one toe down, second toe, got it over Winfield. That was big time. I'm going to talk about that sequence later in the show, but that was a 4th and goal, and they went for it. Third quarter, Patriots start the second half with the ball, 1st and 10, and there he is. He's gone. You don't even have to bother running after him. That's Travion Henderson, 55 yards to the house. There's all kinds of online humor about where is he? Do they remember he's on the team? That woman said, holy cow, unbelievable. Look at Mac Hollins is even in there. Baker Mayfield's got to pick it up. He's down 11 on a 3rd and goal. Rolling right. He's going to do the Baker thing. Waiting. Tez! And if Tez scores, you get the Tez celebration. I feel like he could do 2 backflips in there. He's so spry. He's so small. 4th quarter now. Look out. Travion Henderson is gone. You're never going to catch him. He's got to be maybe the fastest running back in the NFL right now. It's not Jonathan Taylor. And the funniest part at the end of this, he starts looking at the sideline. Should I score? I'm trying to do the smart thing there. I got to go ahead and score. Even Drake Maye saying, get down. He doesn't. He gets in. They laugh about it. That's the kind of things you can do when you're as good as the Patriots right now. Top 5 team in the NFL, the New England Patriots, 28-23. They are 8-2 and licking their chops for the 1 seed with 7 games to play. Buccaneers fall to 6-3 afterwards. Draker, take it away.
Just want a complete game. That's what we said all week. Show up for 60 minutes. We knew it was a good football team. We knew if we got up, they were going to come back, and they came marching back. And just proud of the guys for standing up, especially our defense with a big stop. And man, just proud of this team.
What I told the team, what I told the offense after the game, and at some point, when the stuff comes up during the week, and whether it's mistakes or things we talk about, and then it shows up on Sundays, you have to have some pride about you. You got to have the fear of that failure, of messing up for your teammates when we talk about something. You got to have that responsibility and accountability for the guys around you. Games like this, when you don't win them, it should sting. It should really, really hurt.
Typically, the Todd Bowles experience on defense, if you're a Buccaneers team playing host to a young quarterback, is an absolute death trap. It's challenging. It's nightmare material, Isaiah. But Drake Maye went in there and impressed. He performed. He produced. It was really, really cool for the Patriots on Sunday.
And with all that you just said, this was still one of Drake Maye's worst games, but somewhat they still go out and find a way to win. Drake Maye, understand this. Yesterday was the first time that he had under 100 QBR since week 1. I don't think people are really comprehending what he's doing out there. And what's making him so good is the fact that he is running this Josh McDaniels offense to perfection. And the reason why I think that's the case is because he's distributing the ball where the guys are open. He's not locking in on one receiver. He's not locking in on one tight end. He's running through his progressions, and he's getting the ball to the guy that's supposed to receive the ball on every given play. And that's why their #1 offseason acquisition on the offense side of the ball, Diggs, is just now starting to catch his foot. He hasn't been balling out all year long. But what has he been doing as of late? Catching the ball in the red zone, just like you see on your screen. What did they do yesterday? They went out there and finally found Travion Henderson, who has been disappeared all season long. Oh, you forgot all about him, like my boy KB said? Yeah, now here he goes right here for 150 yards. So these guys are surrounding him with the resources. He's working the progressions, and he's just doing what's asked of him. He's not going above and beyond. He's not trying to be a superhero. He's letting the guys around him make plays, and that's why these guys are being successful on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, Zay, you said it, that Drake Maye doesn't have a specific target. He has so many different guys that he can utilize, and it's just a great reflection of what Mike Vrabel has built over there in New England. When I watch this team, it reminds me of my favorite movie, Remember the Titans. In there, Julius Campbell tells Gary Bertier, attitude reflects leadership, Captain. Well, what does the attitude look like? Let's go to Travion Henderson's. I mean, KB, you talked about it in the highlight.
Like, to give you some context, this is a young man that averaged 7 carries per game up to this point. Like, there was parts where, like, how are you going to use this guy? He only had 1 touchdown coming into this game. And there's him on a 2nd touchdown. He could have easily, being in a young rookie running back in this league, you already know that he was like, man, I have another opportunity to score a 2nd. And then there's this man. Look at Mac. Every time his teammate scored a touchdown, he would celebrate in this way. But where does the leadership come from? It comes from Mike Vrabel. Look at Mac here. Look at him. But the leadership comes from Mike Vrabel. How many head coaches do you see this? This is Mike Vrabel. This isn't the head trainer. This isn't a teammate coming over to check on his brother on the ground. That's Mike Vrabel, the head coach that came over there and held the hand of his teammate. I can't tell you how much it means to, I know Barmore, who is the hurt player there, but everybody else on that sideline and on the field to see their head coach on a knee by their teammate to make sure that he's okay. So you ever wonder why the New England Patriots in 1 year, not even 1 year, in about 10 weeks, was able to flip that thing 180? Just look no further than Mike Vrabel and the culture that he's built there in such a short amount of time, and you'll get your answer.
Yeah, I mean, this is an amazing thing that's going on. This is a Mike Vrabel masterclass right now. I look at 8-2. They won this game, I don't want to say comfortably, but I thought they won it pretty easily. I thought they were significantly the better team for most of the entire game on the road against a Tampa team that's been there before. And let's just look at the broader context. Who do you absolutely love in the AFC right now? Just we've played 9 games. Some teams have played 10 games. Who do you love? You're going to tell me that you love Baltimore right now? They're pretty dangerous. Baltimore's 4-5. You're going to tell me that you really like Kansas City? Kansas City's 5-4. You're going to tell me you love Buffalo? How could you possibly tell me that after yesterday? You love this Buffalo team? Then you got the Colts. All right, the Colts are pretty good. They're 8-2. Guess who else is 8-2? The Patriots. The Patriots have not lost in 7 straight games. They're undefeated on the road. They've won in Buffalo, in Tampa. Like, if they're not the 1 seed, try to talk me into Denver, try to talk me into Indianapolis. We're going to have a fight over the last 5 to 6 weeks about who is getting a bye. And if you were to tell me at the beginning of the season, as much as excited as they were about, we got Vrabel, May looks optimistic going into his 2nd year. If you were to tell me 8-2, that is the best case scenario. Best case. That is an outrageous outcome, 8-2, especially if 8-2 becomes, I mean, what are we talking about? Is this a 14-3 team? Is it a 15-2 team? I don't see anybody beating them right now. They don't do anything spectacularly, but as you guys are pointing out with Travion, they're getting better. Now they got this thing where it's getting cold. Let's run more. It's getting physical. Teams are getting beat up more. And we take the cover off of this project that we've been keeping in the garage right now, who runs a 4.43 and has 80-yard touchdowns like that, and he's fresh and he's ready. Like, the Patriots aren't just good right now. I think the best is yet to come with May, with their weapons, with Diggs, like you mentioned. If you have to tell me right now, pick one team that you think is going to have the 1 seed in the AFC, I'm taking the Patriots. I'm taking them over Indy, taking them over Denver, I'm taking them over anybody else. They haven't lost in 2 months, and they don't lose on the road. Like, they look awesome right now. Awesome.
They look comfortable and secure about the way that they go out playing every weekend, and they've done that without taking a break. They're a late-in-the-season bye team. They have a Week 14 bye, and I'm not going to say win-win-loss, win-win whatever, but I am going to tell you that they play the Jets, the Bengals, and the Giants over the next 3 games before they get to their Week 14 bye. So consider the schedule. Thank you. The voice that you're, those are all wins. Thank you very much. Ian Rappaport, good morning to you. I just mentioned the Giants. They'll take on the Patriots in a couple of weeks on Monday Night Football. But until then, what happened to the Giants quarterback yesterday that we need to be aware of after Week 10?
Yeah, Jackson Dart is now in the NFL's concussion protocol, knocked out of the game yesterday. They were up when he was knocked out. Russell Wilson came in. A lot of bad things happened. The Giants ended up losing. Obviously, this is a situation to monitor for the New York Giants. Every player responds to a concussion differently, and every concussion is different. We don't know right now whether or not Jackson Dart is going to be on the field this coming week for the Giants. Obviously, there is a chance that he is not, which could mean that they are playing without their star rookie. Russell Wilson was the backup. Jameis Winston is a 3, and Brian Daboll was unclear after the game about whether or not Russ would be the starter. So certainly there's a chance we could see Jameis next week, but we will be keeping our eye on Jackson Dart. For the Los Angeles Rams, another big win, another easy win. Davante Adams, a big part of it for the Rams, just like he was on my fantasy team. Good job, Davante. He suffered, it's listed as an oblique injury. He described it as kind of ribs, under the ribs, maybe a side. He's not someone who majors in anatomy. That's more like us. But he did say that while it was biting during the game, he felt better after the game. Sean McVay said if the score was closer, probably could have gone back in, which is an indication that it is not a major injury. And then you guys mentioned the Jets. It was an impressive win, especially when you consider what they went through, what they put themselves through the last week with all of the trades. Still came out with the W, but Garrett Wilson came out with a re-aggravation of that knee injury. Remember, it started as a hyperextended knee and a subsequent ligament issue with that knee. Missed a couple games, came back, now out again. You do wonder if he's going to miss some time just to get fully healed, but likely going to have tests to determine that later today.
All right, Rap Sheet, appreciate you. Talk to you in a little bit. Kyle mentioned the Colts. How do you feel about them? What do you believe in them? What's your level of that?